Welcome back. You're watching Wisconsin Family. We are surrounded by electronic bikes, e-bikes, at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes on Odana Road. Later on, we may take a test ride, actually, probably, yes, and learn how you can too. But right now, we are meeting Alex Vang. He's the CEO of PDSI Ultrasound Services. Welcome to Wisconsin Family, Alex.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
All right, so we've spoken with you before, but you have something new that is making your business, your services more accessible for folks. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so while trying to get licensed to take medical insurance for people who may want to try to submit their claims through their insurance.
Because before you were out of pocket, right?
Right.
Okay.
I've learned that the only reason why you need to have an order referral from a provider is if you want to submit the claims to insurance. So that's big because now if you want to have an ultrasound service done, you don't have to go to a provider anymore. You can just come to our, you can come and request the ultrasound that you want to have done. It's like a preventative screening ultrasound now.
Mm-hmm. And you and I were talking a little bit about that, and my concern was I'm not sure I would know I would need an ultrasound. How does a person know without going to a physician and getting that referral?
Yeah, sometimes most people will call the nursing line or like a provider and say, and if they can't get in, they'll describe what their symptoms are.
I've done that.
Yeah,
and so then they'll say, oh, you go to the urgent care and make sure that you don't have this or you don't have that. And a lot of the times, the urgent care clinics they don't have the capability to do the ultrasound services, and so they'll refer you to the ER, to a hospital.
One more step.
One more step.
One more bill.
One more bill. So you get the urgent care bill, you get the ER bill, and if it's just to make sure, if what you really needed was an ultrasound, you can skip and bypass all that stuff and just come to us and say, hey, I was told to make sure to come in and make sure there's no blood clot in my leg. Mm-hmm. And so then you get the exam done and you skip all those other added charges.
Got it.
Okay. All right. So so how does this broaden how you can be a resource to everyone everyone out there once they hang up from talking to that nurse? Walk me through that.
Right. So now you're more an advocate for your own. You put health back into your care. I mean, your choice. You're able to choose. Say, hey, I get to decide. I don't have to wait for a provider to tell me what to do. I don't have to go and go through all these steps. I can just skip all this hoop and just go and say, hey, do I have a blood clot? And you come in and just say, hey,
and pretty quick too.
Yeah. Quick.
So will these services still be interpreted by a physician then?
Yeah. So the group of radiologists that we contract, they still do they'll still do the reads for these services. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a preventative care. And so not all radiology groups will, but the ones that we contract, they actually do that service.
Oh,
so
great.
It's still a diagnostic ultrasound.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's important to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I mentioned getting in quick, I noticed that it looks like you can take walk-ins, or you can schedule an appointment, or how does that work?
Yeah, so because you don't need to have an order referral anymore, there's many ways you can go about scheduling. We always say call first just to see what the schedule is, to make sure it's available. You can definitely walk in if there's nothing going on, we can fit you in. Or, and we revamped our website to make it a lot easier for people. Now you can just go on and submit your order. Say, you fill in your information, this is the time that I'd prefer, either it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, this is the time, or if you want an earlier appointment, and you just submit that, and as soon as we get that information, we'll contact you and say, hey, what time would you like to come in? This is what we have available for our schedule.
Got it. I can do that in my jammies.
So Alex, as I'm thinking about this, and I just think about blood clots and knowing folks that have either had them or et cetera, you go in for preventive, let's see if I have something, and let's say find a blood clot. Usually that's something that has to be taken care of right away. It could even be critical. Right. So I'm sure you've thought through that. How does it work, and what do you do if that happens?
So we follow the standards that every other places follow, pretty much all the different hospitals. So if you go to urgent care, most of the time it's not your primary physician.
Yeah.
So you come in, you get the ultrasound done, they say it's a blood clot. What's going to happen is they're going to still say, hey, they're going to call that urgent care physician who may not be your primary they may tell you, hey, follow that up with your primary physician if it's during business hours,
Okay.
during the business day.
Sure.
But if it's after hours and you're not going to be able to get a hold of your primary physician, then they'll say you need to go to the ER because then they'll treat you for that. And so we follow the same standards. If there's
Okay.
something that's seen, like say if there's a blood clot, you come in, we may say, okay, can you get a hold of your primary physician?
Yeah.
And if you say, well, I don't think I can, then we'll say, okay, you need to go to the ER because now it's a blood clot. And at that point and stage, now you're being treated for something that you do have versus, I think according to dep.org, the average urgent care cost is $150 and the average ER cost is $1,200. And you look at that compared to, our cost, which is $160.
Yeah.
160 times, versus, I'm not a mathematician, but it's pretty simple,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
Alex, we're out of time. I noticed that you have something called free demonstration sessions, and how do people see those?
So you can go to the website, works the same way, request to have the services done. There's a list of services on our website that explains all the different types of services that we provide, and that's just because we want to try to promote the different services besides pregnancy ultrasounds.
Yeah.
And so it's like a 15-minute session.
Very good. All right. And you're on Heartland Trails in Madison.
At Madison, just behind the old discount tires there, if you head past that way there.
Alrighty. Okay. Alex Vang is with PDSI Ultrasound Services, and we're at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes. We'll be right back.